Hey guys, Tay Gadgets here with my first ever video. It's a complete roundup of everything we know about the iPhone 4S slash the iPhone 5. We don't know what it's going to be called yet, so I'm just calling it the iPhone 4S slash the iPhone 5. First thing we've got, this is an absolute cert, is near field communication chip built into the iPhone 4S, the iPhone 5. Basically this helps with financial transactions. It sort of makes your iPhone act like a credit card. It's quite a nice feature. It's found in the Nexus S and it's inbuilt into Android 2.3, aka Gingerbread OS. We know this because in 2010 an expert in this field was hired by Apple, and patents were also filed in the year of 2010 for exclusivity of the way Apple's going to be using this chip. So next thing we've got, pretty certain this one is a dual-core A5 processor. This is the same processor found in the iPad 2. It's an effective processor, dual core, which the current processor is only single core, and this is dual core, so I'm sure you can see the benefits of that. It works in the same way as a computer, because basically an iPhone is just a mini computer and so is an iPad. Next thing we've got is, not too certain about this one. This is sort of a debate, this one I suppose. Is it going to be a new complete redesign? Personally I don't think so. I've read some sources saying it's going to be a complete design due to the antenna issues. I don't think that's true, because if you look at the Verizon iPhone, it's not a complete redesign. They've just moved a few buttons about and just tweaked it slightly inside, and it solved the antenna issues. So I don't think it's going to be a complete redesign. That's why some people are calling it the iPhone 4S, because if it was a complete redesign, they would call it the iPhone 5. But personally, I don't think it isn't. Or personally, I don't think it is going to be a complete redesign. Longer battery life, that's something Apple's sort of striving to improve on each new update of every product they have, and we know that because a patent was filed for new nodes underneath the screen which help with battery life. I don't really know what that means, but if it helps battery life then it's a good thing. Next thing is an FM radio chip. Now this one's a bit, I don't know, patent was filed for this back in 2010, and it was filed for a FM/AM radio chip to sit in the top left of the device. Now, I don't know about that one, guys. I don't know if that's going to be true or not, because in my opinion, FM is a step backwards. If Apple wanted it, why haven't they put it in the iPhone before? It's been in the iPod Nano, correct me if I'm wrong, the iPod Nano and possibly the Classic, I'm not too sure, but if Apple would have wanted it, I think it definitely would have been in an earlier update. Or maybe they just didn't know how to implement it, but I think that's a step backwards, because digital radio is the future. I don't know if you can put a digital radio chip within a phone of that size. I'm honestly not too sure. But I don't think that one's true. I don't think we'll ever see an FM radio chip in an iPhone. Just on that last thing I said there, just popped into my mind. Tesco's brand, Technica. If you're in the US, you probably won't know what Tesco's is, but they came out with a wee DAB radio, and it was a wee small thing, probably about the size of a Nano, and they could sell that for about, I think it was like 30 quid, and it was fully digital radio, so I don't see why Apple couldn't implement a digital radio chip into the iPhone. So FM radio, don't think that's going to happen, because if they were going to implement a radio chip, I'm sure it would be a digital radio chip. Next thing is definitely going to have white models. White models are actually coming out tomorrow in the UK where I live. I don't know why you're buying a white model when the iPhone 4S slash iPhone 5 is right around the corner. So if you're thinking about buying a white model, I would hold off until this year comes out, because it will definitely have white models. If they're introducing white models now, then definitely going to be on the release day of the iPhone 5 slash 4S. RAM upgrade. Don't know about this one. If they're upgrading the processor, I'm sure maybe they will, maybe they won't upgrade the RAM alongside with it. The iPhone 4 has 512 megabytes of RAM, so I think the max they would put it up to on the iPhone 5 slash 4S would be 1 gigabyte. I don't think they go for that. And finally, it's either September release date or a summer release date. Most of the other iPhones have come mid-summer, but with the last iPhones, we've sort of had something to work with at this point, if you know what I mean. More rumors and stuff. It's all hush hush, and personally I think it's going to be September release date. The new line of iPods is normally released in September actually, so maybe they'll be in the same event as that. I don't know. It was expected we were getting a trailer at a WWDC event, was it? But that turned out just to be software only event. And yeah, so that's it. September or sort of late summer, we don't really know, but I will update you as it happens. So that's it, guys. Actually, I'm gonna have loads more videos out like this and sort of reviews and stuff. So check out my other videos and please subscribe. And thank you very much.